Breaking Dodgers trade news. Could Los Angeles be pulling off not one, not two, but three game-changing trades? The hunt for a new third baseman is heating up, and all eyes are on Ryan McMahon, Nolan Arenado, and utility star Tommy Edman. With their eyes set on another World Series run, the Dodgers are going all in, and these moves could reshape the entire infield. Will Arenado finally come home? Is McMahon worth the big contract? We're breaking it all down: who's in, who's out, and what it means for the Dodgers' future. Don't blink, let's get into it. Before we dive into the latest wild twist in the Dodgers trade plans, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a single update on your favorite teams, trades, and stars lighting up the major leagues. Now let's get into it. The Los Angeles Dodgers, one of baseball's most ambitious and relentless franchises, are once again making major moves behind the scenes. As the 2025 MLB trade deadline inches closer, whispers around the league are growing louder. And they all point to one thing: the Dodgers are far from done. If you thought this team was satisfied with their current lineup, think again. The front office is in full gear, actively exploring bold trade options to beef up their roster, especially at one key spot, third base. And that search has led them straight into Colorado Rockies territory, where a familiar name is making waves. That name is Ryan McMahon. While the Rockies season hasn't exactly been inspiring, McMahon remains one of the most intriguing players available. Despite a rough start to 2025, McMahon has something every contender covets: defensive versatility, raw power at the plate, and experience. He's a guy who can flash the leather across the infield, with the kind of arm and range that gives coaches confidence late in tight games. And when he connects at the plate, that ball is leaving the yard, no question. He brings the kind of pop that can change a game with one swing, and for a team like the Dodgers, that's a weapon you want in your lineup come October. Now, McMahon isn't a rental. He's signed through the 2027 season with a contract that pays him $16 million annually. That's a hefty chunk of change, sure. But for the Dodgers, it's more of a strategic investment than a financial gamble. They're a team that plays for championships, not just playoff appearances. Bringing in McMahon would solidify their infield and add another layer of offensive firepower, something they've never shied away from stacking up. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The Dodgers aren't just stopping with McMahon. This team knows how to play the long game, and they've already shown their cards with an earlier move that turned heads. We're talking about a slick three-team trade that landed them two major assets: Tommy Edman from the St. Louis Cardinals and Michael Kopech from the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, you heard that right. This front office isn't just retooling, they're reloading. Edman brings that rare blend of speed, smarts, and sheer versatility. He's a Swiss Army knife in cleats, capable of slotting in across the infield and even in the outfield. Most importantly, he can handle third base duties, which gives the Dodgers flexibility no matter how the rest of their deadline plans shake out. And when you combine that with his ability to get on base, steal bags, and spark rallies, he becomes a crucial piece for a deep playoff run. And then there's Michael Kopech, a power-armed righty who, when locked in, can absolutely dominate hitters. While his time with the White Sox had its ups and downs, there's no denying the potential. The Dodgers are betting big that they can unlock the best version of Kopech with their pitching coaches, their analytics team, and a winning culture. Imagine him coming out of the bullpen or even sliding into the rotation if needed. He gives L.A. options. And that's the magic word right now. Options. The Dodgers are building a roster that's deep, dynamic, and deadly in any postseason scenario. But it doesn't end there. Because now, the buzz is building around an even bigger name. One that would send shockwaves across the league if it actually happens. We're talking about Nolan Arenado. Yes, the Nolan Arenado. A perennial Gold Glover, a power-hitting machine, and a Southern California native who has long been linked to the Dodgers. And here's the kicker: Arenado is reportedly open to waiving his no-trade clause, but only for a handful of contenders. You guessed it, Los Angeles is on that list. The Dodgers pursuing Arenado is more than just a fantasy. It's grounded in history, geography, and a shared hunger for winning. Arenado has made no secret of his desire to play for a team with championship pedigree. And what better fit than the Dodgers, who are in perennial win-now mode? Pairing Arenado's elite glove and bat with the rest of this powerhouse lineup would create a nightmare for opposing pitchers. It would also send a clear message to the rest of the league: the Dodgers aren't playing around. Now imagine this scenario: Arenado at third, Freddie Freeman at first, Mookie Betts patrolling the outfield, Shohei Ohtani doing Shohei things. That's a lineup that doesn't just win games. It breaks spirits. Pitchers would have nowhere to hide. Managers would burn through bullpens trying to survive the middle innings. And fans in L.A., they'd be watching one of the most star-studded rosters in modern baseball history. Of course, a deal for Arenado would come with its own challenges. There's the matter of the contract, the return package, and making the financials work. But if there's any front office that can thread that needle, it's the Dodgers. This is the same team that's made blockbuster deals look routine. Remember the trades for Mookie Betts, Max Scherzer, Trey Turner? They've done it before, and they can absolutely do it again. And let's not forget the Dodgers are playing the long game, but they're also built to win right now. Their farm system remains one of the best in baseball. They've got trade chips. They've got flexibility. And most importantly, they've got the will to chase greatness. Whether it's through a Ryan McMahon deal, a Nolan Arenado blockbuster, or a combination that nobody sees coming, the Dodgers are positioning themselves for another deep postseason push. So what's next? Well, buckle up. Because as the trade deadline looms, the Dodgers are far from finished. They're evaluating every option, working the phones, analyzing the data, and preparing for whatever twist the market throws at them. And knowing how this front office operates, you can expect fireworks. The message from L.A. is loud and clear. They're not content with just being contenders. They want to dominate. They want to hoist that trophy. And they're willing to make the moves it takes to get there. Whether it's McMahon, Arenado, or another surprise name, the Dodgers are hunting. And they've got the pieces, the payroll, and the prestige to close the deal. So keep your eyes on the news, your ears to the ground, and your notifications turned on. Because if there's one thing we know about the Dodgers, it's this: they strike when the time is right. And that time? It might be right around the corner. Thanks for watching, and if you want to stay ahead of every move, trade, and shocker as it unfolds, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got you covered every step of the way. Until next time, stay locked in.